Hello, good day. In this video, I will be training you on how to create servlets for web pages. And what will happen is we'll be creating servlets for a website template. Now, at the end of the video, we'll be able to create servlets for each and every of those pages. Now, to begin, we have to open our Apache NetBeans. Now, when it's starting up, I'll just want to show you what will happen here. Before now, I downloaded a template, a website template called, the name of the template is template mode. It's simply a gaming website. We could look at how it appears in our web browser. So this is it. So this is the size, this is the web template. It's simply a template for a gaming store. So that's it for the template. Now back to our page. What will happen is we have to create a template, a Java project to begin. We have to create a new web application project. So you click on your Java, and in case you don't have this minimized, you just click on the drop down, then you go to Java web application, and you'll be able to create a new web application. So I'm going to call this project log x web. Next, and I already have my Gatsby server selected as the server I'm going to be using. So I'll go next and finish the application, the project. So now our project has been created, which is this. And if you check the web pages, you will notice that there is already an index.html page created for us at the start of this project. So I'm going to go ahead to delete this page because I'm not going to be needing it. I already have my index.html. So this is it. I deleted it. Now I'll go to my downloads and I'll look for that template I got. So this is the template. I'll Control A on it. If you're on Mac, you should Command A or something. Then Control copy the application. Why I'm doing this is because I don't want to build a project from scratch. I'm just working with a template, so I'm going to copy this template straight to my web application, my NetBeans project. So my NetBeans project folder is located in my document. So from here, I'm going to go to NetBeans and I'm going to select the logx web. I'll go to the web folder and I'm going to paste it here. Now ensure that you pasted it inside the web folder, because when you do that, if you go to your project now, you should see the project you have copied here. Now, another thing I usually do is I change the name. The next thing I'll do is to change each and every of the project parts to JSP. I don't want to work with HTML pages but JSP pages. So I'm just going to rename them. But before I rename them, in case you have this selected and you don't have your file path showing, you can come to views and tick on your file name extension. And if I remove it now, you see I want to have the file name extension, but if I check it, I'll have the file name extension shown. So I'm going to rename each and every of these projects to what I want. I'm going to call this index JSP. I mean to say the JSP project. I'm just changing the file part. So with this done, the next thing is to create servlets for the pages. So from this part, I'm just going to come to my source packages, create a new package. Now come to your source packages, create a new Java package. I'll call it com.log log x. Now in real life scenarios, like when you create this file path, it's important for it to like make it unique. It has to be unique. So most of the time what people do is, if you have a domain name, let's say www.mywebsite.com, you just make your package name com.mywebsite, so that it will be unique no matter what you do. So I'm going to click on finish, and my package has been created. So inside this package, I'm going to create servlets to manage each and every request for these pages you see. So for my shop products and all, so let's go and do that. So create a new servlet. I'll start from the index servlet. I always take this to add to deployment descriptor. This will save me the stress of having to manage my servlet mappings and all. It's done automatically on NetBeans. That's one thing I like about them. Something like that. I'm going to call this index, and I'll finish. Now by the time you do this, you'll notice that the Java X is not going to, it's going to show you red. Now that's because there was a rename mean. So instead of using Java X, now the new name is Jakarta. There's a history behind that, so you could read up online on it to know why they changed the name from Java X to Jakarta. It's actually interesting, but for now you hold your control and shift key to then just click on the lines while still holding it. That is to make it possible for me to edit at once. So this is Jakarta. I change it to Jakarta. Now to be able to create servlet request, to be able to create a servlet request for a to request for a particular page on this servlet, I'm going to make use of my request dispatcher object. So you import it, but I'll just use it then automatically import it. So request dispatcher. And this is what we use to, I'm going to be calling the file project I'm working with, that is index. Now we have an error here. It's going to tell us to import request Jakarta request dispatcher, and I'll do just that. Next thing is to add the semicolon as Java requires. So as it, then I'll say dispatch dot forward request for my response. Now the request response, it's the forward method is a method of the request dispatcher. Is forward request. Now the request dispatcher object has two methods, forward and include. So this is basically just a practical and not really a tutorial on the methods of the dispatcher and all, but that's it. We're done with creating the servlet for the index page. Next thing we have to do is repeat the same process for each and every of the pages left. So for my product details, I'll do this. Always ensure you add to the deployment descriptor. Now this is the URL pattern I'll be using to map each request to a particular servlet. So to save my time, I'm just going to do a lot of copy and pasting. And change the important stuff. So the request is still the same method. We're just going to be changing the parts to where we are going to. So this will be product details, which is this page I'm working with. So it will be pro. Always ensure you save your work. If you have this thing dark, that means it's not yet saved. Save it. It's basically still that renaming I did, but to save time, I just copied and pasted it. So we have the shop servlet created here. Oh, I meant to create it in my com.logx. So please refactor. But please can you create it in that package you created. So the next is new servlet. I'm always saving from time to time. This is JSP. So with this, we have been able to create servlets for each and every of these pages. Please don't mind me, I created it in the default package, which is not meant to be. So always ensure it's in the package you specified. So that's why I'm refactoring. I'm just moving it over to the package I created. So with this, we have succeeded in creating servlets. Now the next thing we'll be doing will be to create pages. Like want to use the servlet, the servlet, want to manage the request of our user by using the servlet, and I'm going to be doing that in my next video. So kindly like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.